Welcome Sumos! Today I'll be reviewing the Tevise Automatic T801 watch. I'll have a longer in-depth review coming soon, but this is more of a straight to the facts type of video. I'm going to begin this review with the dimensions of the watch and then move on to the specifications later. I purchased the watch for $14.98 and that's shipped from China to the United Kingdom from the website AliExpress. The original pre-sale price was an already low $17.73. These watches usually retail right around $20 to $25. I personally wouldn't pay anything more than that. The watch is styled after the Rolex Date Submariner, but unlike the Submariner, it has a case diameter of 42mm. This is slightly larger than the Rolex Sub, which measures in at 40mm. The lug-to-lug distance is 50mm, which I feel is a good fit on my 7 3/4 inch wrist. The watch may be a bit large for anyone with a wrist size below 6.5 inches. The watch also has a thickness of 14mm, which is fairly thick, but I don't mind as I have many other larger diver style watches. The lug width is a pretty standard 20mm. It's listed as having a stainless steel case and bracelet construction on AliExpress. Sized for my 7 3/4 inch wrists, it weighs in at 143 grams. The glass is only mineral crystal, not sapphire, so it will be more prone to scratches. It features a 3 o'clock date cyclops with a 2x magnification. On my particular watch, the cyclops isn't aligned quite how I like it to be, but I'm not complaining considering the price I paid for it. The dial is surprisingly decent and features a sunburst black dial that pops when outside in natural sunlight. The hour indices are applied and loomed, which I think is a really nice touch. Similar to most Rolex homages, it has a Mercedes hour hand and a sweeping lollipop seconds hand. You have Tevise Automatic written on the dial and the brand logo printed just underneath the 12 o'clock hour marker. You also have Superlative Chronometer officially certified written above the 6 o'clock hour marker with a stated 30-meter water resistance. As with most divers, the Tevise has a unidirectional bezel with a lume pip at the 12 o'clock position. This means the bezel only turns one way. It has a 60-click bezel and the action is satisfactory, but has a substantial amount of play. As a desk diver though, which it is, it performs well when I need to time something. I find it more than adequate. Unlike the hands and hour indices, the bezel is not loomed, so you won't be able to read it in the dark or in low light settings. There is an embossed Tevise logo on the crown, which is located at the traditional 3 o'clock position. The crown unfortunately is not a screw-down crown, which is why the watch is rated at only 30 meters of water resistance. Crown guards on the side of the case protect the crown from knocks and damages. I've found that they protrude a bit too much, which makes the operation of the crown a pain. When winding the watch, for example, the crown guards hinder free winding and I find myself using the tips of my nails rather than my fingertips. The bracelet is 20mm, which tapers down to 16mm at the clasp. It's an oyster-style bracelet with polished mid-links and brushed outer side links. Although the end links are not solid, it features solid push-pin links. It has a pressed metal clasp with an embossed Tevise logo and a basic push-button release mechanism, which is secure enough for daily wear. The back of the watch has a see-through display case back. It's a snap-on mineral glass case back with a nicely signed Tevise rotor. Unfortunately, not much is known about the movement, but it seems to be some sort of Chinese mass-produced unit. The rotor on my particular watch is quite stiff and not as freely rotating as my other divers. I found the power reserve to be about 18 hours, although I've seen other reviewers on YouTube get a few more hours than that. The Tevise does not hack but hand winds. This means you can wind the watch in the first position, unlike more expensive watches like the Seiko 5 for example, which you have to shake to get going. To engage the quick set date, you have to pull the watch into its first position and turn the watch anti-clockwise. Although this is a bit wobbly, I found it works every time. To change the time of the watch, you pull the crown into the second position. I will discuss my thoughts on the Tevise T801 Automatic Watch in my full review in the next few weeks, but in summary, if you are thinking about buying this watch as a mod project, or even if you're just getting into watches, I would say buy it. You can't go wrong. The value you are getting far outweighs the shortfalls of the watch.